welcome back to Faith Family Fashion. How is everyone doing today? I have a little vlog for you today, and I just thought I would jump on here and say hi and let you know what we're doing. Before we do that, I want to thank you for spending this time with me. If you're new, welcome to our channel. We do a little bit of everything here, y'all. Lifestyle channel. We do some family vlogging, some hauls, some coupons, some DIYs, some cooking, some thrifting. We do it all. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when we upload another video. So now that we got that out of the way, you push that little button, right? And that bell. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. It is today that I'm filming this is actually, I'm so off because of Memorial Day, but this is actually Wednesday. And normally I would be just about leaving to take my lunch, which I just take a really short little lunch and run home and let my dogs out. But I just did that. And I am now on my way to my doctor's office. Before we do that, I have to update you on the dogs. If you don't know, I have two German Shepherd puppies. They are almost 8 months old. And they are a handful, but they're so much fun. It's Nala and Simba. And my thing here is giving me some weird message. So they've been inside, take them out for walks. I have one big dog that stays outside the majority of the time, and I've not ever introduced them. And the reason being is he was my son's dog, and there's a lot of traffic. And he had two dogs, and they would fight. So my son took one dog. He's since been fixed, been neutered, and seems to be a very chill dog, but I've just been really afraid because they've been babies and so little to introduce them. Well, unbeknownst to me, when I was not home, my husband decided to introduce them all on his own because I've been terrified, and can I tell you, that scared the living life out of me. I come home and they're not barking when I walk in the door. I walk back to the area where their cages are because we put them in their little kennels when we leave the house, otherwise we wouldn't have a house left. And the cage doors are open. I'm freaking out. And I look outside and I see them in the backyard. I sprint for the back door and open it and call them in, and lo and behold, my husband is out there, and they're just, you know, running around and playing. And the big dog, I am sorry, somehow, some way, I got on some spam phone call list, y'all. And I get so many phone calls during the day of these spam likely phone calls. It's just ridiculous. I don't know how to get off the list. I blocked them, but they like call from different numbers. I don't know what it is. So I'm sorry if this seems a little choppy. So I go home now. It's kind of nice. I don't have to like get them on individual leashes. I don't leave them out. They're not outside dogs. They are inside dogs. It's too hot, y'all. It's going to be 100 today. So, you know, if it's 100 today, you know, the ground outside is even that much hotter. So they go outside for little bits of time. The other dog is more used to it. He's got his own little routine and everything. So now I know inside and outside they can kind of be together and be chill and be good. So yeah, I can go home and just let them out in the yard and let them play and not have to individually walk them and rush them. And so that's been kind of nice. It's kind of nice too whenever I don't have to get up and go to work, because they wake up at the crack of dawn and want to go outside, and I can let them out and go back and lay down for a little bit. So that's an update on them. They're doing really good. They're getting along with the big dog really good. And now I am on my way to my heart doctor's appointment. I have been a heart patient survivor for, it's 12 years in June. I was diagnosed, I guess actually, yeah, around June. After Mother's Day, and I want to say before my birthday, initially. So I will go into an entire video and explain what I have and how I was diagnosed and what's been going on and everything, and a whole separate video and answer a lot of questions about that. I think it's something that needs to be shared because it's something that I knew absolutely nothing about, and there still are a lot of doctors that don't know anything about this particular disease. But I do have a form of heart failure. It is called postpartum cardiac myopathy, and I go at least every year, and I have a sonogram done of my heart. It's called an echocardiogram. And it's just like an echo you have done when you're pregnant, that they look at the baby, except they're looking at your chest and inside your chest, and they're looking at your heart. And traffic is really, really bad, guys. So, yeah, I go in there, and I was a little irritated this time because when I called to set my appointment up, they said just come in for an office visit, and I argued with them and actually put it off because my doctor was on vacation out of the country. And I said, no, I'll wait till he comes back in because he's going to want me to do a sonogram. And they're like, no, well, he's not. He only wants an office visit. Sure enough, I waited. I called back. They still didn't ask him. They still said, no, just come in. What did I do? I went in for an office visit, and he said, let's schedule you for a sonogram. I still wanted to go into the front office and go, see? So I'm going back. I've already had one visit. My oldest son has always went with me. He went with me on that visit, and he missed the one last year because he was in boot camp. So he'll go with me when I get the results. So I won't get the results from him today, but hopefully I can talk with the technician. And I've had the same technician for the last couple of years, but I didn't see her whenever I went in for the visit a couple of weeks ago. So hopefully I kind of get a little chit-chatty with the technicians that are not supposed to tell you anything. But being a heart patient, I am younger than most patients they see in their offices. Most of the patients in the heart doctor's office are more my parents' age. So they are usually a little curious about my condition and stuff. So usually I kind of break the ice with, I've done this before, and then I kind of let them know where I started, because I started off at a very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Low heart function. It just wasn't good. It wasn't a good place at all. And so I kind of let them know where I started. So then in the end, when I asked them what my function is, because that's what they're measuring the function of my heart, they'll usually tell me, oh, well, you're way above that. And then I'll go, oh, this is what I was last time. Did I at least get there? So there's ways around it, unless you just get somebody that absolutely won't tell you anything. And they'll tell you, well, the doctor still has to read it. And I'm like, I know, but what did you see? What do you see? And I know that's, So normally I can wheedle something out of them. So if I'm able to do that, I will come back on here and I'll just kind of fill you in. So, but that's what they do. They measure everything. Now, normally, like I said, I have someone with me, but I don't have anyone with me today. So I am hoping that maybe I can I film on my phone. So I'm hoping maybe I can kind of set my phone up in a position. Maybe I can film a little bit. I don't know. But the first thing I have to do is go get some blood drawn. And there's a special test that they do that is actually refrigerated. And my normal clinic that I go to for work does not have this specific type of test available. So I'm going, and I don't know where I'm going. I forgot to look it up. Smart me, huh? But there is one of those Quest places or whatever it is, the blood draw places inside the hospital. So I've got to find out where that is and go get that done first, and then go up to my appointment. I was hoping I would fly right through traffic and get there within a few minutes, because I've not eaten lunch. I actually like the hospital food. It's actually really good, except for the burgers. No, we ate the burgers last time. They were not good. So this hospital actually is really good food. This hospital has a lot of options too. So they have the kitchen. They have the cafeteria, and they've got food that they cook fresh every day. Then they've got the grill with the hamburgers and the chicken nuggets and stuff like that. And then they've got a whole salad bar, and they've got some pre-made or some sandwiches that they make up daily, and they put them out. And then they also actually have, I think, 2 restaurants inside there. A sandwich shop, and then like a little Italian place. So I'm thinking that if I can get there quick enough, I'll go get my blood drawn, and then I'll go eat a bite, and I'll share that with you guys, and then I will go up and get my echo done. Because right now I have about an hour and a half. So that should be plenty plenty of time. You just never know when you go to these blood draw places if there's going to be like a ginormous line of people. Being lunchtime, maybe people are dropping by on their lunch hour to get it done. I don't know. But I'm going to get through traffic. I am behind one of these wide load people and they keep tapping their brakes. So I'm going to get off here, pay attention, make my way to my doctor's office. Actually, is in the hospital. So that's why you're like, what? Yeah, my doctor's office is in, both of my doctor's offices are in the hospital. So I'm going to the hospital to see my heart doctor, and I will take you guys along with me when we get there. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay, so we got the blood work done. Now let's go get something to eat. Okay, hi friends. Whew, new day, new outfit. I filmed this already, but it didn't come out very well, so I'm going to try to do it again. So, you all seen that I went to the doctor, had my blood drawn, I had the test done, the little clip of the room, that's the room that they do the echo in. Different stuff like that. I was not able to film the actual process, them actually doing the echo, because I didn't have anyone in there to film for me, and there just was not a place for me to set the camera up to just see me, you know, there wasn't. So I apologize for that. I go yearly, so whenever I go again, I'm going to try to do a more in-depth video of all of the process of everything that happens. And I'll kind of let my doctor know that I'm doing it and why I'm doing it and that kind of thing. And I think he'll be really okay with it. I won't show you, his face or any of his staff or anything, but you'll be able to see me in the room and the things that are happening. So, with that being said, what happened this time is I had a new technician. She was new to me. She's not new to his practice, but they have multiple locations. So she was new. She's not done my echo before. She was a very, very sweet lady. I enjoyed talking with her. Like I said, they're always very curious about me and my condition because I am one of the younger patients. Like I said before, most patients are, probably about my parents' age, So they're always curious. I gave her kind of the, Cliff Notes version of, of my disease and how it happened and everything. And we talked the entire time she was doing the test. I told her where I started from, which was just really an awful, awful place. Explained to her, that I've had a long journey. I've had some bumps in the road. And if I don't do what the doctor tells me to do, that he has no problem, getting in my face and, yelling at me about not taking care of myself and following his instructions. Kind of has that parent feel to it, And she said that's not the first time she's heard that about him. So when we get through, I ask her if she can tell me what my ejection was, which I've told you that's the number. And he tells me numbers don't mean anything, it's the way you feel. And I know it does, but that number's got to be in a certain range for me to be considered okay. If that number starts to drop, then things have to happen. Something's wrong. So I know realistically that's a magic number. And it does go off the way I feel. I know that. And I started from nothing to climb up to this, magic range of numbers. So I know what it feels like, the variations feel like. And I don't want to go back. I don't want to go backwards. And I know there's more that I could be doing. So I need to really kick it into gear for myself and my family as well. But all in all, I think I'm doing pretty good based off the way that I feel. I think I always start this. Forgive me. It is the afternoon slump. I am so tired. It is hot, y'all. It is like 100 degrees hot. So I know, for me, in my opinion, being tired from a disease, from an illness, is a different kind of tired than being tired from your day-to-day life. Does that make any sense? Going to work and coming home and being tired at the end of the day, that's a whole different kind of tired than when you are sick, when you are ill, when you've got a disease or a condition and your body is fighting to overcome or to deal with this particular condition. It's a different kind of tired. And I remember that tired, and it's not fun. It is depressing. And I don't feel like I'm in that place. I feel like I'm where I should be. I don't feel like I've dropped any. I'm really hoping I'm not. I've had some chest tightness lately, but I really think that's because there is like so much stuff in the air. They've said that this is going to be one of the worst allergy years that we've had. There's a car following me. So I think that's it. And I intentionally haven't taken any allergy medicine other than my nasal spray and my eye drops before taking this test so that they wouldn't enhance the test or impede it in any way, make the results come out different. So needless to say, I could not get her to tell me anything. She goes, I can't tell you. I go, I know the doctor reads it. And I know he comes up with his own. I go, but what did you see? And she goes, I can't tell you. She wouldn't tell me. I'm like, she goes, but I don't think he's going to yell at you this time. And I told her where I was last time. I go, this was my results last time, so am I around there? And she goes, I think he'll be happy with where you are. So, I mean, I guess I'm okay with that answer, but until I hear from him where I am, in the back of my mind, I think, okay, if I was in her position, if someone's results didn't come back great, I'm not going to tell them. It's not my place. I'm not going to tell them. So I'm just going to go, I think he's going to be okay with it, you know? So I'm a little anxious to know what my results are, but I have to wait. I set the follow-up appointment up for July because that's when my oldest gets back from his Marine training. So he's gone for the whole month of June. But if there is anything wrong, then they will call me and have me come in before then. So if I don't hear from them, everything should be fine. So I will definitely take you all with me when I go back to that visit. But I just wanted to share that with you, and I'll do a whole separate video on my condition, my diagnosis, my journey through it, what I can and can't do, medications I take, that kind of thing. My allergies are bad. You'll see my eyes are swollen and watery again, right, puffy? Any questions you may have, go ahead and leave them down below, and I'll try to answer those whenever I do sit down to do a whole video on my condition. It's something I think that needs to be brought more awareness to. And I mean, heart conditions, you hear so much about cancer and breast cancer awareness, and everybody knows the pink and the, you know, all that stuff. But as women and in general, heart disease is the #1 killer. It is the #1 killer, and you don't get another chance at a heart. I mean, realistically, you got to take care of the one you got. You can't have a heart transplant. My aunt actually has one, and she has broke records with how healthy she has been, but it has also been a very hard road. So definitely something everybody needs to make sure when you go in for your checkups, you ask them what tests can be done for me to just, you know, check on my heart and make sure that it's good and strong and healthy. So definitely I'll be talking with you guys more about that. So let me end this here. Thank you guys so much for spending this time with me, and I will see you really soon. Remember to stop and thank God for today, because it truly is a gift. I know that for a fact. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.